is going on, blockchain? This is Nick from TruthBlitz. Hope you guys are having a good day. I don't have a lot of time, but I wanted to come out and make a quick video. Real quick, let's go over the cap. 245, just about 245 billion overall. Bitcoin, we are at 135, close to 136 billion. So let's get into, well, first I wanted to talk about this bullshit right here. JP Morgan Chase makes surprising announcement, may add Bitcoin futures. So Jamie Dimon, after all that shit he talked about Bitcoin and it being a fraud and firing any JP Morgan employee caught trading in Bitcoin, now does a total reversal and they start trading Bitcoin futures. So, you know, we all know who Jamie Dimon is and what he is, so I'm not going to get into that crap. That's whatever. What I do want to talk about is how many countries are starting to implement blockchain, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin regulations or outright bans. And that just goes to show that we are crossing into the mainstream. So Morocco outlaws cryptocurrencies. There's one. There's more. Let me see. This is an article that talks about regulation. Bitcoin regulation is simple in theory, incredibly complex in reality. And that's true. And I'm not going to get into right now why that is, because I don't have a lot of time. But that is a very true statement. It is very hard to enforce a lot of regulation. Let's see. The ECB, I'm going to talk about them in a second because I talked about them in a video the other day. Now, I want to talk about this real quick and get off the topic of regulation. 30% of CFOs still call Bitcoin a bubble. So, well, one of the reasons we're going to start seeing more regulation is because we are going to start seeing a lot of institutional money pour into the space very soon. It's already, you know, started to trickle in. And this number was a lot higher not that long ago. But since the CME is going to be starting with Bitcoin futures trading, it is legitimizing Bitcoin. You know, so we saw obviously Jamie Dimon is coming around to it. He was never opposed to it to begin with. That was all bullshit, but you know, beside the point. When we see people, and I like to call them dinosaurs, these people who are not with the times yet, basically. Traditional investments, traditional ways of investing is what how they made their money. So when we start to see a lot of these people coming around to Bitcoin, that legitimizes Bitcoin, okay? And the fact that the CME is going to be starting with the futures trading, that legitimizes Bitcoin. So the more Bitcoin becomes legitimized, the more we are going to see states in the US and countries all over the world implementing Bitcoin regulations. And obviously, like we saw with Morocco, some outright bans. Let's take a quick look at CoinDesk. We have Bitcoin is not actually legal, says Zimbabwe Central Bank chief. Central Bank of Malaysia plans cryptocurrency reporting rules. So there's the regulations right there. Philippine regulators eye new rules for Bitcoin exchanges and ICOs. So this is just all today. These articles. You know, there's a lot more. If you go back just a few days and look, you'll see. And this is the one I talked about. The European Central Bank, President Draghi, cryptocurrency impact still limited. Okay, so they don't perceive Bitcoin as enough of a threat yet. However, they know it's coming, and they have hinted towards regulations or possibly a ban, which will be very hard to enforce. But the European Central Bank, again, dinosaurs, old money. The ECB is owned by the Rothschilds, just like the Federal Reserve. And if you don't believe that, you know, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but it's, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to get into that, but you know, they have hinted towards regulations, and that will happen soon. And I'm sure the U.S. is probably drafting regulation as we speak. You know, who knows? I mean, I'm talking about on a federal level. So we will see, I'm sure soon, you know, what the U.S. has in store. But one thing's for sure, more regulations will be coming now that Bitcoin is becoming more legitimized. We are starting to cross that threshold into the mainstream. You know, we are still in the infancy, but it will start accelerating, and I believe at a pretty rapid pace. It already has since I've gotten into this space. So it seems like it's just starting to gain traction and speed. So anyway, I just wanted to come out and talk about that real quick. One thing I wanted to talk about is check out my interview with Oleg and Dennis of MarkSpace that I did yesterday. Very good interview. I'm really excited about this company. They are, you know, really taking the internet to the next level and tying in, you know, traditional internet with blockchain, e-commerce, and virtual/augmented reality, which is super exciting. And you don't need VR glasses to use their platform, or you won't need it to use their platform. You can use a regular browser for a nice 3D experience. However, if you have a VR headset, which have gotten a lot cheaper, you can have a whole different experience. But it's super exciting. I am going to have a plot in a district of my choice, so I will be building a virtual space, basically. So I'm really excited to check that out once it launches. So check out that interview. There is a link in the description to buy into the pre-ICO with a nice little extra bonus. So check that out. And if you have, or if you are a holder of 10,000 or more tokens, you can also get a free virtual space on MarkSpace. So a little extra incentive to invest. You know, anybody who has over 10,000 tokens will get a free virtual space or virtual plot to build whatever they want. So pretty awesome. Anyway, guys, like I said, I got to cut this video short. I got my father up from Florida visiting for Thanksgiving. He's coming over to see us and the kids. And then we got to go do some Christmas shopping, which, you know, if it was up to me, I'd rather sit home and shop online. But happy wife, happy life, or so they say. Anyway, guys, follow me on Twitter at TruthWitsMedia. I'll see you guys next time.